Okay, today is a big day. We are gonna try to learn how to weld. So if you wanna follow along and see if a total beginner can learn to weld on their own, then pay attention. Because I'm about to make it go down, I think. And like any good first timer, I bought a welder, not really knowing what I needed. And I got this ArcCaptain MIG 200, which apparently can use a 220 volt. So I got a little converter. And we're gonna do some flux core welding on some coupons I cut out of a 4-inch square tube. All I've done is watch YouTube videos. So if I get it wrong, it's not my fault, it's YouTube's fault. And just so you know what I'm talking about, I cut this out and I made a couple of coupons. And I'm probably gonna take these coupons, just weld them back on top of this pipe. So I have an extra 11 gauge thickness on top of the pipe, on which I might actually make something of this. We'll see. I mean, can you create anything on your first time? I don't know. It is important to find out. And you might already be thinking, is this idiot going to weld in a t-shirt and shorts? No, so let's get set up. I haven't quite got the foot down yet, but this is what we got. Pearl snap, you can't see in there. Now YouTube tells me that if it's good enough to weld, it's good enough to be cleaned. I think that's what they said. I don't know. Does anyone know what this blue stuff is on the back of this coupon? We'll weld the other side. And by clean, I think they mean like grind it down. But you know what? I don't have a grinding wheel at the moment, so we're just gonna try to do the old-fashioned paper towel. Now, if you listen to the experts, and we're doing flux core, then you want DCEN. I don't know if you can see this, but it's on the back panel. So if you're doing flux core, you want DCEN polarity, no gas. No gas in the tank, because there's no gas flow rate, no gas in this column or in these rows. I already have some Yes welder, and I've kind of clamped it in there just short term. And I've ran it out to the front here. There's a little wire sticking out. So I am going to plug this guy in. But first I need to figure out where to plug my MIG gun into. And if it says DCN no gas, then your plug should be in the negative. So that means on the ArcCaptain, it goes over here. Does it? Wait, what does that mean? Oh, wait. That means it just goes in the gun hole. I'm already confused. There's only one gun hole, right? So this attachment matches this. Is it in yet? How do I know if I got it in yet? I didn't feel that secure, but it's in there. Finger tight. Then I guess what I need to do is take the ground clamp. Wait, where does this go? The fuck? Does that just plug into one side or the other? I should have watched more YouTube videos. Well, all I do know is that the ground clamp should go into the positive. So I'm at least gonna do that. So I'll put that in there, turn it. And then is it this? Does this just go in here? That would make sense to me. Let me check. Thank you, little manual. It has a little picture for gasless right here. And the thing just loops back into itself. Do you see that? So that's my answer. Now, I saw two little tricks. Machine is turning on. Two little tricks. One was to take off the tip before you pull the wire through, then actually take the appropriate sized wire tip off. Oh, I don't even need this. I could just screw it. Maybe I didn't have it on tight enough. So take this little, I guess it's called a consumable. All right, off. Turn the machine on and then feed the wire through. Make sure it doesn't bird's nest. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That actually took way longer to get through the MIG gun than I thought. And it seems to be feeding from the spool down in the machine at an appropriate rate. So then you cut it 3/4 of an inch. That's what everyone says, at least for flux core. So I don't know what that is. I'm gonna say right there. Does that look good? Actually, that was dumb. I need to put back on the tip. Am I doing that? I'm doing this backwards. Let me tighten it down. Now, the very last step here is to find the appropriate wire, which I have whatever E71TGS, and I have 0.035 wire, and I'm gonna weld on 11 gauge. So it says 20 wire feet or amperage and 6.5. Is that what that means? V means, what the fuck does V? Oh, volts. And wire feed is, yeah, 6.5. So 20 volts, 6.5 speed. And if I come over here and turn on synergistic, I already have it on MIG, and I crank up volts, wait, I need 6.5. Does that mean this? 65? Is that what 65 means? And then 18.8. So do I follow synergistic or this? I don't know. Oh, I need to change my wire. That was the trick. So change wire to 0.35, and that actually dropped my voltage. Why? Why do you do this? But I think I can nozzle it up. So I'm at 17.4. I need to get to 18.8. Oh, almost there. 0.2. There we go. 18.8 and 65 or 6.5 wire feed speed. I don't know. We'll try that. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Oh, and I forgot the tip. Just the tip. Okay, that was the last step. Now we just protect ourselves and we can actually do some welding. Am I gonna get burnt here? Probably. Okay, here's the first ever bead I laid down. It honestly was, other than the initial shock, which you saw on this end, I was kind of just like, I guess, getting used to it. And so I stopped and then I restarted here. But once I got going, this corner could use a little better, but that was pretty easy. I don't know how much penetration I got. What do you guys think? But all in all, that was pretty easy. Let me see if it holds here. I mean, it definitely looks like it went through underneath. So that's pretty good. Let's keep getting it. Okay, let's take a look at my first coupon weld all the way around. Honestly, I'm not like, I feel like my first side was my best side, which was this one. And then it kind of got bulgy. I don't know what I was doing different. I was definitely getting arrogant. And then this was the last side, and it's the most bulgy of them all. But I don't know, overall, like pretty happy with my first attempt. And I don't understand the stuff that's supposed to chip off. I don't know. I don't really have a lot coming off. And once I, you know, buff this out, I feel like that'd be pretty good. So let's do some more. Appreciate these. This is the first one I did. This is the second one I did. I have been learning a couple things. One of them is that I need to angle the gun more this way, like at an angle to where I'm welding. It seems to lay a better bead. And also I can see the puddle way better than if I'm more at a 90-degree angle or whatever with it. So I learned that. I also learned that if I just cut, like if I start-stop, the flex core wire on the end, it's pretty dirty from the previous weld. So I tried like cutting it off and that seemed to start better. Because when I was starting, it was kind of popping, like an initial pop, and then it would go fine. But that initial pop, it would pop and then stop and then go. So I don't know if that's just like a dirty wire from the previous weld or what, but probably, I guess the flex core, the core of it actually could have. I mean, the second one isn't significantly better in any way, but I did learn a few things. In fact, I still think the best bead I laid was the very first one here. It's kind of like flat and it's nice and kind of even across, so I don't know. We'll keep working on it.
Fun fact, if you have a keen eye and you were watching this video, you may have noticed a mistake I made. Let me show it to you. I didn't realize it till I was actually watching the video back. But when I was welding, I had all my settings right. I had MIG, I had the 0.35, hi. I had the 0.35 wire width, or 0.035. I had my voltage right. I got a dog harassing me. I had my voltage right. I had, the problem here, I had the gas setting wrong. It's actually set up on gas. So it should have been set, not that, to not the mix, but flux. And I have no idea if that matters. I mean, it worked, but maybe that's why I was having a little trouble with the start pattern. I don't know. Comment below if you know. If you caught that with your eye before I welded those two coupons. God damn, dog. You know, comment below, tell me if that really matters. I'll probably try again, but not for the purposes of this video. Get off.
Well, that was my first time welding. Thank you for riding along. Please comment below if you think those welds were terrible. I know my brother-in-law, who's a professional fabricator, will probably say those are trash. But for a first time, you know, as long as the weld's hold, that was a success. Was that a success? Was it a success? Good day.